What is the biggest thing that is blocking you? What is the biggest thing that is blocking your career change? Blocking you from doing the things that you are really interested in. You might have been thinking about changing your career. It could be a small career change, a shift, a pivot, or a drastic career change into a different industry. And by the way, please let me know in the comments what it is in your case. What is it that you really want to change about your career? If you are completely honest with yourself and you don't censor yourself at all, what is it that you would ideally want to do within the next 5 to 10 years? And don't feel ashamed or insecure about this, because I've heard people wanting to become anything from a dog trainer to an actor, making an app, or becoming a Tai Chi instructor. And if you're ever planning on sharing your little secret with anyone, then that's here. Right down here in the comments. And whatever it is that you want to be or that you want to do, if you're watching this video right now, then you're likely to have one of these things in common. You haven't really started working towards your goal. It popped up in your mind, but then you just immediately dismissed it. You've started doing something, but you just can't seem to make any progress with it. And how do I know about this? Because I've been there myself. I've been in a place where it felt like making progress, changing my career was so hard. And indeed, it's really hard to change your career. It is much easier to just let things run on autopilot. But don't let this go on. If you have a really strong desire to do something, to change something about your career, but you don't, then it will eat you up from the inside over the years. You will regret it. But what can I do? I mean, change is not easy. I read a ton of books. I learned a lot. I read blogs. I talked to people. I made a business plan, but still I kind of feel stuck here and nothing's moving. Why am I still here in the same place after all these years and I have not managed to change my career? And the problem is not what you think it is. It has nothing, it has zero to do with your intelligence. At least not for you guys watching right now, because I know that all of you are really smart people. It's not the lack of knowledge, skills, or experiences that is blocking you. I mean, all of these things could be challenges, but these are things that are easily conquered. Because nowadays there's a class, a course, an expert out there for every little thing that you want to learn and master. So this is not the problem. The inability to learn a skill is not the thing that is blocking you. So then what is it? The single biggest thing that is blocking you from making a change to your career and to your life is your self-image. Your current self-image is the biggest hindrance to your progress. And what I mean by self-image here is the way that you see yourself. Tell me, what kind of person, what type of person do you see yourself as? For example, if as a child your parents once told you we should always try to help other people, then it means that they see themselves as the kind of people who are always there for other people. And that is a good, a positive, a helpful self-image to have. Imagine that your title is manager, or perhaps your title is actually manager. But anyways, if your title is manager, then after some time of having this title of being a manager, it can become a solid part of your self-image. And if you were to describe yourself to someone, you would be saying something like, I am blah, 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 and I am a manager at this company. And once this is ingrained in you, that you are the type of person who is a manager, the type of person who has the title manager, then it can be very difficult to let go of this. Unless, of course, the title of manager turns into VP or CEO. That's another case. But still, the point is that you can become very attached to a certain title, and it can become very difficult to let go of this. So is this a good thing or a bad thing? It really depends. This is what I mean. If your goal is to climb the corporate ladder, then your attachment to your title can be a good thing. It can be a helpful thing because it will remind you of the importance of climbing to the next level. On the other hand, if your new career goal is that you want to become self-employed, then this self-image of being the manager type can be a major block to your progress. The problem is that if you identify yourself too much with this title, if you become too fixated on it, then it can prevent you from making progress towards the things that you really want. And here are some other examples of self-images that can block your progress. For example, I'm not really the creative type. I'm the kind of person who doesn't really want to make waves. I'd rather shut up and maintain the peace. I'm not really the kind of person who would be able to lead a company. These are some self-images that can really block your progress because you just cannot see yourself in a different light. You just can't imagine yourself as a creative person or as someone who could be a leader. And here's another example. Let's just say that your current career goal is that you want to establish yourself as a freelance consultant. But at the same time, this is the kind of self-image that is ingrained in your mind. This is what you are thinking. I am the type of person who is a senior manager at a Fortune 500 company. Or your self-image is, I'm actually the type of person who doesn't really have a lot to say and people wouldn't really want to listen to. If that is the kind of self-image that you have about yourself, then it will be really hard to become a freelance consultant. Rather, the kind of self-image that you would want to nurture is, I am the kind of person who has solid knowledge in this field. I am the kind of person who has a lot of value to offer and who can make a difference in other people's lives and business. And that is the kind of self-image that will take you forward. But this is not a cookie-cutter approach, so you can't just take a self-image of someone else, use it as a template and apply it to yourself. It doesn't work that way. What you need to do instead is that you gotta ask yourself, if I want to make this particular change to my career, how differently would I need to see myself? And I know it is so hard to change your self-image. I believe that it is even more difficult than saving up money or going on a diet. But why is that? The reason is that since you were a kid or since you were a teen, it is likely that you've been feeding this self-image so that it became stronger and stronger until it became so deeply rooted within you. And if you were to try and just change a bit of the self-image, it could feel like betrayal. It could feel like leaving a part of you behind. It's like burning off dead wood. It would feel like you were operating out a part of you. This is a difficult topic, I know, but I told myself that it is time to tackle this issue because I know that this is the single biggest block that is stopping you from changing your career or making any kind of meaningful change in your life. And the reason that I feel so strongly about this is because I experienced it myself. After working for a multinational corporation, one of the biggest banks in the world, I started to see myself in a certain way. I saw myself as the VP, the project manager, the type of person who would be an upper mid-level manager. The always composed, professional, wearing high heels, the one with the lanyard tapping herself into one of the fanciest conference rooms on the 26th floor of a multinational company. It was only after a few years that I left the bank that I realized that that was kind of the way that I saw myself. So how in the world could that self-image gel with my vision of becoming an actor and a content creator? It did not at all, and that is the reason why it took me quite a while to change careers. Had I just realized earlier what a big of a deal your self-image is, how it can affect your progress and how it can hinder you, it would be the number one thing that I would have worked on. But I learned a lot from that experience. So now every time when I plan my goals, when I think about a big change that I want to make to my career or even to my life, one of the main things that I think about, apart from the technical aspect of planning things, strategizing, and so on, is that I take a moment to think about what kind of self-image would serve me, what kind of self-image would I need in order to achieve my goals. For example, as a content creator, one of the self-images that I always try to nurture is that I am the kind of person who has valuable information, valuable knowledge to share with other people and who can make a positive impact in other people's lives. Or I am the type of person who can grow a business, and so on. So I no longer only think, what is my goal? What is it that I want to achieve in this year 2021? But I also think, how would I need to change my self-image? How differently would I need to see myself, regard myself in order to do that? And this is obviously a topic that I could go on and on about for hours. And to be honest, I am tempted to do that just because I'm so fascinated about the impact that your self-image has on you. But before I go on and do that, please let me know if this is something that would help you, something that you would be interested in and would want to hear more about. If that's the case, then please let me know by smashing the like button, and also let me know down in the comments below how this resonated with you. Okay, now that we know that your self-image can either help you or block your progress, so now what? It takes time to change your self-image, or more precisely, not time, but intentionality. If you want to change your self-image to become one that is useful to you, it takes intentionality. First of all, you would need to identify what the kind of self-image would be that would help you in your particular case. And don't get me wrong here, by self-image, I don't mean doing affirmations like, I'm going to be wealthy, I'm going to be wealthy, I will become a millionaire, I will become a millionaire. Because here it is not about the outcome itself. Here the thing with self-image is that it's less about saying, I will be wealthy, I will become a millionaire. But it's more about saying that I am the kind of person who has the skills, the will, the focus, the tenacity to become a wealthy person. Or I am the kind of person who can learn how to save and invest money over the years. I'm the type of person who, if she really wants something, will take the time until she finds out how it's done. I am the type of person who can use her skills and improve her skills significantly over the years to significantly increase her income. That's what I'm talking about. So do you see how specific it is here? To change your self-image, you really need to use your imagination. Try and imagine that you float outside of your body, above your body, around yourself, and look at yourself in a different light. Did you ever have an experience where you were wearing a shirt that you didn't really like, but then someone else complimented you on that shirt? This just shows that a different pair of eyes can look at the same thing in a totally different way. Not that you can change your eyes, but you can change your lenses or your glasses. Try to see yourself differently and focus on the things that you want to develop and nurture that into your new improved self-image. And if you do that continuously for a year or even more, then after a while, that block that is hindering your progress will be gone. We're at the end of this video and I'm so glad that you're still here. I usually don't point this out, but today I want to do this intentionally. You guys who are still here with me at the end, you are just a different kind. You are the kind of people who always want to try and make things better, who are willing to put in the effort and also look for answers. And I really hope that this video on self-image here could give you an important piece of that puzzle. I really hope that this could help you change your mindset and start looking at things, especially at yourself, from a very different angle. And if it did, I want to ask you for a favor. It would mean a lot to me if you would share this video with a friend, with a family member, or anyone who you know is currently struggling with this kind of issue, who has a self-image, a way that they look at themselves that is really blocking their progress. Anyone who wants a true change in their career and also in their life, but is experiencing this major self-image block. And if you share this video, it would not only help them, but also me. It would give the algorithm a nudge and get this video out to more people. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you again next week.